As Republicans and reporters continue to press the White House on the lack of transparency over the classified documents found in President Biden's private office last November, today, White House spokesperson Ian Sams tried to defend the move, saying the decision not to immediately inform the public was consistent with safeguarding the integrity of the investigation. Sams also accused Republicans of fake outrage and hypocrisy, saying that they have no credibility on the disclosure and transparency issue. Joining us now to weigh in is the former governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee. Governor, welcome to the show. What a week that we have had. I think in the new year, President Biden thought that he was free, and now it seems like every day we're getting a new scandal here. But the White House trying to defend the president now on the transparency issue. What say you about this? Because we have both sides now saying that there's a double standard and there's a transparency issue on both sides. If you talk to a Democrat, they think it's all okay. You talk to a Republican, they think everything's okay on the Trump side. So where is the double standard?
You know, Lindsay, I feel like I'm watching a Roadrunner cartoon, and Wile E. Coyote is seeing everything he's planned for the Roadrunner blow up in his own face. His bombs from Acme Bomb Company just don't work, and he ends up blowing himself up. That's what's happened to Joe Biden. Just a few weeks ago, he was talking about how Donald Trump, in relation to these documents, it was irresponsible. Just, he couldn't believe somebody could be that irresponsible. Turns out old Joe is even more irresponsible. He doesn't even lock him up. He just leaves him in his garage so old Hunter can go buy his $50,000 a month rent house and look in the garage next to the Corvette, and voila, there's some documents. But here's something, all kidding aside, that's very serious. When President Trump cooperated with the officials, they said he didn't, but he did, and he allowed them to come and look through everything. They said, well, you need to put another lock on this particular cabinet. He did. And then they showed up in a pre-dawn raid, 27 heavily armed FBI agents, and they would not let his attorney or any of his representatives anywhere near their search. They even went through Melania's closets. All the documents that have been turned in, and it keeps dribbling out, they keep finding more and more. But it's it's rather Joe Biden's own attorneys, both the White House counsel and his private attorneys, who keep dripping this stuff out. So my question is, how come Donald Trump didn't get to deliver his through his attorneys? How come Joe Biden hadn't had a raid by the FBI? How come nobody's gone through Jill's closets to see what she's hiding in there? Yeah, there's a double standard, all right. You bet there is. We're not stupid. We can see through it.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. It was unprecedented to raid a former president's home, and now to see the same thing and not the same standard being applied. I will say these are two men. We already know that President Trump is running for 2024. We are expecting potentially an announcement from Biden any day. I think this pushes the can down the road a bit for him, definitely. But if these are the two candidates, I mean, how does this play out that you have two men, a sitting president who's ridden in scandal now, and then another person who is being investigated as well? Are these the two best decisions for the American people?
I think it's something that people will sort out through the primaries. You know, I don't think that for either one of them that this is like the end of the world. I never did. The Democrats portrayed that Donald Trump had done something so egregious that our whole country, the world, was at stake. And then their guy did it. He didn't have the authority to declassify, so his, in some ways, was more egregious because he had no authority to have those documents. But suddenly, well, it's no big deal. Joe Biden's an honest man. We can trust old Joe, despite the 10% that the big guy gets from his son's communist Chinese business deals that Biden says he doesn't know anything about. But my point being that now it's not that big a deal. At least that's the only defense the Democrats can come up with, because if they say, oh, what Trump did was terrible, the world is just about to blow up because of it. Well, if that's the case, then the world is about to blow up because Joe Biden kept a bunch of boxes of classified documents next to his Corvette in an open garage. Look, let's face it. If I went to your garage, I guarantee if you went to mine, it's not the most, let's say, well-kept and well-secured type of place for documents. And I think it just makes Joe look really foolish.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last 30 seconds here, I do want to congratulate you on your daughter, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, taking your old position as the governor of Arkansas. What was that like to see your daughter fill a position that you once held? 30 seconds.
Lindsay, it was surreal. I think the moment it hit me was when she was being sworn in at the House chamber. And that's when I realized this kid has just become the governor of the state. But I've had to change all the buttons on my shirts for the last week because they keep popping off. I'm pretty proud of her.
It was incredible to see, and the youngest governor in the country at that. Governor Huckabee, it's good to see you this evening. Congratulations again on your daughter becoming the governor of Arkansas.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. Your retirement funds are being threatened with even more losses from record inflation, recession, and skyrocketing interest rates. Fortunately, the highly trained specialists at American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. If you call them right now as a special offer, they will give you a free gold coin on your first qualifying order, so don't wait. Call 866-935-4309. That's 866-935-4309, or text Newsmax to 65532. That's Newsmax to 65532.